So for today's video, I'll continue where I left off yesterday, where I was trying to get an operating system installed and provisioned on this internal solid-state drive from my laptop computer. And my goal in doing this is to update the operating system of my desktop server machine. And unfortunately, this is actually an enterprise machine, so the process of detecting the boot drive is a little bit finicky. I think it's actually designed to be used with some kind of RAID controller, which I don't actually want to use. So once again, just like last time, I have this solid-state drive connected to my laptop with a USB cable. And yesterday, I tried creating the partitions manually on the solid-state drive using the parted command, and then I used the dd command to manually copy the install ISO onto one of the partitions, and then I made that partition bootable, but unfortunately that did not work. So today I'll try again with the usb-creator-gtk command. And on previous versions of Ubuntu, I'm pretty sure this was called Startup Disk Creator. And it took me a while to find out that I think this application was renamed to usb-creator-gtk. So here is the graphical application to create a startup disk. And in my case, I want to install this Ubuntu 26 server image. And that right there looks like the solid state drive that I want to install it onto. I made sure to unmount and unplug my other external drives just to make sure I don't accidentally delete all the data on the wrong drive. Now the actual server image is only 3 gigs. So I'm not sure how this will set up the partitions on the drive. I'm hoping that this will either leave an empty partition or a lot of blank space on the drive, because ideally I want to install the actual operating system on that same drive. So I guess we'll just go ahead and try it out and see what happens. There it goes. It's pretty fast. All right, install complete. And just to satisfy my curiosity, I used the parted command to take a look at how that startup disk creator set up the partition table on the drive. And of course, that's quite a bit different than what I had yesterday. So we'll try that out and see if that is any more successful. And there's also an interesting warning here that says it recognizes that not all of the available space is used on that drive, and it claims that it can actually use all of that space. And I'm not sure if that means it would create another separate partition with all that free space. Okay, the hard drive's back in there. Let's give it another try. Okay, that's progress. This time I got a grub menu. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. But it looks like that wasn't a problem because it continued on in the boot process. Block probing did not discover any disks. Unfortunately, this means that installation will not be possible. So it looks like we'll have to admit defeat again for today, and we'll try again another day. So the painting has now been completely finished.